So guys, let's continue with our appetizers. So I'm going to do the stuffed bell peppers now. So I have this going here because we have to do this quickly. I already put my mushrooms in here. I roasted my mushrooms in the pan instead of the oven to release the moisture. I did that first. I have some fennel fronds here, as you can see. I have some green onions. I have some red onions, half of a large onions. I have some curly parsley here, which I prefer. I think they have more flavor. And I have some leftover that I found in the fridge. This is some hot peppers from the garden here. So now that I showed you the individual stuff, I'm going to mix this in. But the recipe is going to be in the description. Alright? I already added a little salt to this. I'm going to add a little bit more, some coarse sea salt. I think I'm going to add a little bit more oil. And I'm going to add some paprika. Paprika gives you a lot of flavor. So this is going to go into the food processor with my quinoa. We're going to do a quinoa stuffing. So these here, this is your aromatics. This is what is going to give you the flavor. And what is the holiday without the sage, right? You cannot cook anything and don't have sage. So I'm going to dump some sage in here. It's about 5 or 6 leaves of sage with the stems. And I have my fresh oregano. I like using fresh herbs. So I'm going to peel this back. It's a sprig of fresh oregano. So this is it, guys. So I'm going to let this cool, and then we're going to put all of this in the food processor. Pulse, because we don't want this to be a soggy mess with the quinoa. And then we're going to stuff our peppers, guys. Okay, that's it. So let's continue. Everything that I had in my frying pan, it's here. But I'm going to add some extra things to make this even more delicious. I have some olives here. This is about a 1/4 cup of chopped up olives. And I have some figs for some crunch. And I have about a teaspoon of allspice. So all of this together with the quinoa, you're going to have something really delicious. You're not going to miss any kind of turkey or anything like this for the holidays. So let's put everything in here and let's get this processor going. Gonna turn this on, and we're going to pulse this. Alright, let me see what's going on in here. With a wooden spoon, guys, because if you put metal on your blades, it's going to dull the blade. So you have to use a wooden spoon. Maybe I add a little bit of water. So guys, this is our processed concentrated flavors with all of our veggies and spices and aromatics. Alright, so now I have 3 cups of quinoa in this bowl that I'm going to put this in here and mix it in. And then once we mix this in, then we're going to start stuffing our peppers. So I'm going to do some large peppers that you could have as a main dish. And I'm going to do smaller peppers that you could use as an appetizer. So I'm going to mix this in, and then we're going to come back and stuff our peppers. So guys, we're going to make a little gravy to pour over our stuffed peppers before we stick it into the oven. So I'm going to put about a tablespoon of flour. I have a little bit of vegan butter and some oil here. So let's cook this up. I did it in the same pan. This has some flavor where I sauteed the veggies. So that's okay, because it's gonna pick up some of the flavors from here. And then I'm going to add some of my mushroom powder. I think I did this, I used mushroom powder when I did the macaroni pie, the mac and cheese. So I'm going to add a bit of mushroom powder here, maybe about 2 teaspoons. Gonna cook this a little bit. I'm gonna make a little tomato gravy, tomato sauce. Going to add some water to this. So this is going to thicken up. See, it's thickening up. And then I'm going to add a little bit of tomato sauce. So this is going to be our gravy. Add some more water. Of course, I'm going to give you the recipe. Alright, so that's it. We're going to go and stuff our peppers now. So here we have all of our peppers that I cut. These are the tiny ones that you can use for hors d'oeuvres, and this one you could use as a main dish. This I cut lengthwise and this crosswise. But you know, you have a problem standing it up, right? But it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna cut off enough of it so it would stand up, because it doesn't matter. You putting it in a pan and then putting it in your plate, so whether it leaks or not, it doesn't matter. So I'm just gonna cut off just a little bit of it so it would stand up. All right, so now let's stuff our peppers. So I added a bit of breadcrumbs as well. All right, so you're gonna put this in there, and as I said, you butter your peppers inside your peppers for extra flavor and some moisture. So this is good. And then we do the other one. And then I'm going to show you a small one, and then I'm going to do the others, and then we'll come back and put it in the oven. So I've already stuffed some of the peppers, so let me show you. That's all you do. Let me get another one here. And a tiny one. You could heap it up as high as you want, or you could leave it like that. And this is all coming together. So we're gonna come back. So guys, here we have our stuffed peppers. So what I'm going to do is, and I buttered my dish again, so I'm going to put my gravy over the peppers, and I added some more seasoning, some onion powder, some pepper. You know, in the interest of time, I did this, I showed you the basic, but you can add your seasoning, you know, season to taste. But I gave you the basic. It was a little flour and some mushroom powder, butter and oil for the gravy, basic gravy, and then you add your seasonings. This is going to be so delicious, guys. So delicious. Delicious, delicious, delicious. You present this to your guests for the holidays, they will be very impressed. So that's it, guys. We're going to stick this in the oven 350 degrees for 25 minutes. So folks, this was just taken out of the oven, and I'm putting some of the gravy on this. And you see this, the tops, I put the tops on it before I put it in the oven. See, so you have the tops on it. And this is it, guys. So you need to do this for the holidays. Those of you who have been asking, what do I do? What do I do? You know, this is just perfect here. The quinoa with the mushrooms and all of the spices and the herbs. It looks like what you used to have, right? This is still hot, so this is, I'm not going to remove this and plate it right now. So again, this is just a few of the appetizers, you know, the tiny ones are the appetizers, and this one you can do as a main dish. You see, this is very filling. You give somebody one of this and one of those and they're good to go, right? So I hope you make this, guys. Please make this and let me know how it comes out. You can test it before Thanksgiving or before Christmas, before the holidays, and let me know how it turns out. All right, I'm gonna write the recipe in the description. Take care. Don't forget to like and subscribe and tell your friends and families about my channel, where they would get really good, tasty vegan food. So guys, remember I showed you this king oyster mushroom. I introduced you to it, if those of you who don't know. And I want to do something with it. Like I said, usually they do scallops with it because it looks like a scallop when you have it like this. And what I notice about this mushroom is that it's fishy when you start cooking it, but it really smells like nothing. It's a very bland kind of flavor. So what I wanted to do was stuff it, because I had other plans for this mushroom, but I'm tired and I'm just going to, the same stuffing that I use for the peppers, I'm just going to stuff with this and put it in the frying pan. So I'm using, this is one of those things from your cake decorating set. So I'm going to get some spacing in this. Push this all the way down. You see, so I could put my stuffing in there. And I think what I'm going to do with the remnants of this, I'm going to add it to my oyster mushrooms and make some cakes. See this, I need a smaller one for this. So I'm gonna get back to you. We're gonna stuff this and fry it up. All right, so I have my holes in here. I'm going to put this same stuffing that I had for the peppers. Okay, that's it. And we're going to sear it on both sides in the frying pan. So we're gonna do that, then go to the stove. All right, guys. So we have some really hot butter and oil here. We're going to put this in here to sear on both sides. 2 minutes on both sides. So we're gonna get back to you. All right, let's turn this. Let's turn this. Looking good. We'll do another 2 minutes on that side. And this mushroom is delicious raw as well, because I really wanted to do sushi with this, but it's too time consuming, and like I said, I'm tired, and I'm just gonna do this, and I had the leftover stuffing, so we're gonna stick with this. And you could do a little sauce with this, maybe some tamarind sauce, some kind of sauce for dipping this. It's just a beautiful, beautiful appetizer. So we'll get back to you. All right, we're gonna turn this on the side so you can sear it a little bit on the sides as well. So you do it all around, so you get a little color all around. All right, so just to show you how you do this, so you get a little color all over. All right, so when this is done, we're gonna plate it and take it from there.